I have my maracas. Hello, winners! How are you guys doing out there? This is Brenda Underwood, Coach BU, the Breakthrough Strategist, coming to you live today to let you hear it directly from a client. What is this coaching thing all about? 5 years ago, they said in 2020 that coaching would be the fastest growing industry. And indeed it is. And so today we're coming to introduce you to Joy Sutton. She is one of my clients, and we're just going to talk. Look, we got a few questions, but me and her, we chatty khakis. So
Yes.
we just gonna talk. And the whole purpose of this is for you to get a feel of the impact that a coach can have in your life and the results that you can get from it. And I hope that you choose me as a life coach. But in all honesty, there's 7.8 billion people in this world, and I can't service them all. So this is really to educate you on the different type of coaches that are out there and the results that you could potentially get from them. So I'm going to ask Joy to introduce herself and tell us about Sutton Impact.
Well, Brenda, first of all, I'm so excited to be on here to share about the great work you're doing, because it has truly been transformational for my life. And I've always believed in coaching, but girl, you got a gift. I like to call Brenda she is Brenda Brilliance, because when you meet with Brenda, you get all kind of brilliance. And when I came to Brenda, I had an idea. I've worked with her on many different things, but when I first came to her, I had an idea of what I wanted to do. I knew I was a media coach. I knew I had expertise and background, but Brenda helped me to really hone that. And through working with her in my initial program with her, she keeps getting me. I think I'm a lifelong client, y'all, for real. But in my initial program, I knew I had this immediate experience, but I didn't know how I wanted to narrow it down. What was the niche? How did I want to do that? And through working with Brenda, I realized that I'm a media coach who helps people to launch life-changing talk shows. But I also realized that there was a missing component, that it's more than just about getting people visible or launching their own podcasts or shows, but there's a confidence factor. So through working with Brenda, I've been able to kind of revamp what I'm doing. It's more than just the talk show, but it's about helping people get the confidence to own their stage. And that all came from Brenda Brilliance working with me and helping me through this process.
Let me tell you, Joy is actually a joy to work with. When I first met Joy, I met her in a coaching community online. And so for all of you guys that don't believe in coaching community, coaching groups, let me tell you, I've made a lifelong friend. And as she says, a lifelong client through online coaching groups and Facebook groups and different platforms where you can connect with other people. And when I first saw Joy, I thought, oh, I want to work with her. We were in an accelerator group, and we were going to be paired up together. And I was like, oh, I want her to be my accountability person. But my coach at the time was more sovereign in her thinking, and she put me with someone who was a perfect accountability person. However, me and Joy, we just kind of clicked. And so, Joy, I want you to share about Sutton Impact's podcast. So if you guys are into listening to podcasts, you want to check out Joy Sutton and her podcast. Tell us about your podcast.
Yes. So my podcast is really for the woman who knows that she's destined for greater, but she feels stuck. And she needs a little inspiration, encouragement, and wisdom to help her get to the next level. And so I share the stories of women who were at that place of feeling stuck, who were at that place that knew that there was more for them, but they just couldn't push past it. And so the show shares their experiences and how they did it, but sometimes their businesses are interesting. So I know Brenda one time was like, Joy, are we really talking? This one lady that I had on the show, she had a product named Couche, based on the Couche. Very ingenious. So it was about her product and how she was stuck in this moment and found her calling to the Couche. But it's those kind of stories. So I bring you those kind of stories that will really just inspire you and make you believe that it's possible for you.
Exactly. And what I love about Joy is she has been in media for how many years?
Girl, I ain't telling my age. No, I'm kidding. It's been over 20 years. I started out, I'm a TV reporter. So I started out as a TV reporter anchor, launched a television talk show. So did that for a number of years. Y'all launched it from the ground up. I had a live studio audience. I don't know who I thought I was. I said, this is like Oprah, Ella, we bringing it. So I did that. And then over the years, moved to Nashville and decided my voice was impactful and I needed to get back to my true love. And so I launched the show, The Joy Sutton Show. And, we had our first season. I'm gearing up for season 2 and I'm expanding it. So it is all my jam. It's what I love to do.
All my jam. Hey, Robin. Hey, Ann. Thank you guys so much for joining us. So you mentioned with Breakthrough for Life, how many programs have you gone through with Breakthrough for Life?
3. Brenda is like I said, it's like once you start with Brenda, it's hard to, she'll just call you or you'll hear about something. I'll be like, really? I need that too. And I need that one too. Wait, and you doing that? Oh, hold up. I need that too. So, I started out just thinking I wanted to get a clearer vision of my business and kind of where I was headed with my coaching business. And that's how I started. I ended up going from there to doing the academy because I wanted to bring more to my clients than what I had been able to provide them and help them with barriers and stuff. Come on your stage. I'm loving it too. So the barriers and all of that. And then most recently, I realized one of the areas I still wanted to work on was work-life balance. So I did a mini session with Brenda on that and trying to get me over that stuckness of doing too much and really helping me to get clarity. So like having those aha moments. And now every time I work with the client, Brenda gave me new language. Let me tell y'all. I'm like, so what is your aha moment? So you know what? That just came straight from Brenda. But I've gotten so many just golden nuggets and along the way in this process, in life and business and all of that it's just truly been amazing for me. I've been blessed. I've definitely been blessed.
And I've been blessed too. I'm telling you, she makes me want to have my own talk show or my own podcast. I'm going to stay out of the talk show realm. My sister owns that market, but I may have my own podcast one day after working with Joy. We have Michelle Patrick who's asking, awesome, how do I find your podcast? So please tell us all out there in that cyberspace land, how do we find the Sutton Impact podcast?
Yes. So Sutton Impact is the main parent company, but I like it because it means I'm having an impact. Sutton Impact. Y'all get it? Last name Sutton. But the show is actually called The Joy Sutton Show. And if you just do Joy Sutton Show, anywhere you listen to podcasts, I'm on Pandora, I'm on Apple, I'm on Google Podcast, I'm on iHeart. All of those places you can go to and you can find it. You can also go to thejoysutton.com/podcast. And you can find it as well. But if you're already listening to podcasts, just pop in the Joy Sutton Show. You're going to see this smile. It's me. And, there are, the episodes from the first season, and they will truly inspire you. So I would love your feedback as you watch, Michelle, and let us know what you think.
Yes. So let's share a little bit deeper. So the first program she went through with me was all about her establishing her business. She works full time and she loves what she does. She loves working in media. And she said, but I have this passion in me to help people really own their stage and to really build the confidence necessary for them to get their message out to the world. I work with Christian women who want to really have an impact beyond their own lives, right? And Joy is a clear example of that. So when you look at when you started, what was one, and it's, I have to narrow her down. I asked her, what was the biggest breakthrough you got through coaching? And she said, it ain't just one. I got one for each program. So we're going to go through it by program. The first program she did was a business blast program. It was 4 months of us working together for her to really put the structure together for her business, to really know who her ideal client was, know how to put together magnetic marketing to bring her ideal client to you. And so what was your greatest breakthrough in that program, the Business Blast?
Well, Brenda, there's so many, but let me tell you the one time where it just clicked for me. And the time was related to one of the things we often struggle with as coaches is about pricing. And through our session, Brenda and I came to this conclusion, and she helped me to get there. Was I a basic car wash or was I a premium service? Because sometimes you start to forget, you think I'm just a basic car wash. People, they come and I'm helping them, but I began to realize through Brenda and us working together that I was a premium car wash. You get, with a premium car wash, you get the shiny wheels. It smells good when you get in there, a little bit premium service. So it stands out from the rest. And for me, that was really a breakthrough, because sometimes I think even as Christian women, we feel hesitant to want to charge our worth. But when Brenda said, okay, let's break this down. And I realized, okay, they can go get the $2.99 car wash if they want, and they're going to get a $2.99 wash. But if they want the premium car wash with the shiny wheels and it's smelling good on the inside, and they put the Armor All on the dashboard, if they want
the fragrance.
Yes, and the fragrance, that's the premium package. So I'm a premium service. So now when it comes to charging what I feel I'm worth and what I'm giving to my clients, I feel confident in that because I know I'm giving them a premium service. And that was a huge breakthrough. I mean, there were so many other things along the way, but when she said that, girl, that analogy, that just sticks in my head. Girl, you're not a basic car wash. You a premium car wash. You got VIP service. And so people pay for quality. Come on.
That's so true. And, one of the things that's always a struggle when I work with Christian entrepreneurs is that price component. And I'm going to be honest, I struggle with it too, but you have to look. God set up this system of an exchange of value. When you value something, you exchange something else valuable for it. So we get a premium car wash, we pay a premium price because of the value of what we get. And so I often, when I'm working with Christian entrepreneurs, most of all my clients are Christians. I do have some clients that are not Christian. Some of my clients are Muslim, some are agnostic, variety of different religious beliefs, but I honor and respect them all. But we're not going to stifle the word Jesus, just so you know. If you work with me, you're going to hear Jesus. But with Joy, when you begin to look at that pricing component, people don't value free, and people don't pay if they don't pay attention. And when you think about what you bring to the marketplace, helping someone gain the confidence to own the stage, to shine bright, to get their message out to the world, their God-given gift get expressed on multiple platforms, is that not valuable?
So valuable. And you know what? Here's the thing, Brenda. And I think this came through our coaching session too. Well, not I think, it did. But realizing all the gifts and the value that I had. How many people in this space doing what I do, helping people to own their stage and to launch podcasts and to get visible, have been a news reporter for more than a decade, have launched a television talk show from the ground up, currently work in the media and have been in People magazine and different things like that for interviews. And I was downplaying, you know what I mean? Downplaying that. But in working with you, you're like, girl, you fabulous, right? And made me realize that, but also that I'm not selling myself short in my pricing. And I think that is one of the biggest things. And so now when that always plays in my head, Joy, are we a premium car wash? Are we a basic car wash? And so I think about what I want to charge when I'm doing that with my coaching packages and setting them up. And that has been instrumental in helping me to feel okay with charging my worth and my value that they're going to get.
Exactly. I mean, when you look at biblically, King David said to Ornan, where he saw the death angel stop killing the Israelites because David screwed up. Go look at Second Samuel, the last chapter in Second Samuel. I think it's chapter 31. And so David is under rebuke from the Lord. And a death angel has killed 70,000 Israelites. And it stops at Ornan's threshing floor. And King David comes to Ornan and says, hey, I want to buy that threshing floor from you because it's valuable. Because God stopped his rebuke. He was merciful to me on this threshing floor. And Ornan says, King David, you can have it. I'll give it to you, no charge. And King David said, I will not take anything that's valuable, that is that valuable, for free. So God sets a precedent that we exchange value for value. A workman, 4 times he says it in New Testament, a workman is worthy of his pay. A laborer is worthy of his pay. When you add value, you get value back. And so I love to see my clients overcome that battle of what I'm offering. Do I give it away for nothing? Tell me, what do you really get that's valuable for nothing? And people will say, salvation. No, you don't. I'm sorry, Jesus's life was not free. They paid to kill him, and he paid to save us with his life. So there's really nothing that is valuable that's for free. And that's one of the things that I love to instill in my clients, because at the end of the day, I really believe that God has put some of the best blessings in the most obscure places. And until we know the value within, we cannot offer that value to others. And so,
yeah, and I have to add a point on that too, Brenda, is because one of the other things that we did is in pricing myself, you're showing me how to research and making sure that I'm researching appropriately. So that was also very beneficial in my process, so that I know where did I stand with my competition and how was I pricing myself to be that premium package. So I thought that was really good too. So I know how to research from Brenda. Better research it. If you don't learn nothing else, you're going to learn how to make a decision based on research.
Yeah, you go from indecisive to decisive real quick, right? And so this is the other thing that's really beautiful about what she just said. It's the fact of, when we are entrepreneurs, there's 2 things that we must be good at. We must really be good at being resourceful, because as an entrepreneur, as a leader, nobody's coming in spoon feeding you answers. You got to go get those answers for yourself. Okay. The other thing you need to be as an entrepreneur. So first, you need to be resourceful. Second, you need to be persuasive. Because there are people who you have their breakthrough. Joy has their breakthrough. Ann has their breakthrough. Michelle has their breakthrough. Latanza has their breakthrough. But if you don't value the breakthrough, then how do you offer that breakthrough in such a way that you are helping people see that there is a better road to go? Sometimes we get so busy being busy, we lose efficiency. We lose effectiveness. And so understanding that 2 things as an entrepreneur: be resourceful, so you can really bring to the table what your clients need. You can really, whether you're selling a coaching service or a product, are you solving a problem? Are you making people's lives better? You need to be resourceful to see what's out there, right? Second, to be persuasive. And I'm not saying manipulate, but you need to persuade people that there is a better way to do whatever it is you're doing. And you can get there quicker and you can get there faster when you have help. So with that being said, we're going to move on to the next program that she got involved with. And that was, bear with me, was that the Academy? That was the Academy. So Joy is a Breakthrough for Life certified life coach. She added skills to her talents with going through the Breakthrough for Life Academy. So she was already a media coach, because she's already got all the background for media coaching. She can help you launch a talk show effectively. But then that confidence piece, how do you build confidence in others? How do you help people break through barriers? How do you help people reestablish themselves and transform their lives and change the trajectory of their future? So she decided to go through the Life Coaching Academy, and she recently graduated in August. And so what was the biggest breakthrough you got from going through the Life Coaching Academy?
Brenda, I can't break down to just to one breakthrough. The academy literally gave me skills that I so needed. It gave me confidence, because sometimes when you're in this process of coaching and everything like that, you're learning how to have a system and you're learning how to do things effectively. And through the academy, I learned a system, a plan to be able to ensure that I give my clients the result that they want. But bigger than that, I learned, oh my gosh, it was so good. Like, my client intake process was not good, y'all. Not that it was horrible, but I was giving so much away in my client intake process. And I felt like when I was doing it initially before going through the program with Brenda, I felt like I had to prove myself in my client consults. And Brenda's like, oh no, we don't give nothing away in the client consult. Let me show you the process for being able to do it effectively. And so I was able to learn how to do a client intake process effectively. So now I'm so confident when I meet with someone to as a potential client that I already know my game plan. Through that academy, that was all mapped out. It's so solidified. Then I learned how to figure out what their issue was, get to the root of what was keeping them stuck, channel it, help them to get a breakthrough. And so Brenda, this is what I love about Brenda. She like takes you behind the veil. Like, I just thought Brenda was amazing because I'm like, how'd she come up with all this stuff? But when she kind of removed the veil and showed me how this is done, it was like a light bulb moment. I can't even explain it. I was like, oh, Brenda's still brilliant, but there's a method to her brilliance. There's a reason why she's as good as she is. One, she's tapping into the Holy Spirit, but she has created a system that works, that helps people to get breakthrough in whatever area they need it. And so I was able to learn that process. And when I tell you, I have been implementing it. When I'm working with different clients or everything, even when it's not even related to my media coaching, because I'm an event MC, I take them through the same stuff I learned in the coaching academy. So, and by the time I end up, I have convinced them, they already know that I'm the person they want to work with. So Brenda gave me the tools and took me behind, like I said, took me behind the curtain. And she's so transparent. She's not holding anything back. Like, she's literally giving you the formula for what she's been able to do to give her clients the breakthrough. And so for that, I'm like, it's life changing. I'm using it in every day too. Like, I'm because I've learned so many techniques that are beneficial. So I would say that, and then the lab, like, she gives you practice. I mean, it was just it was more than I imagined it would be. It was a lot of work, but it was more than what I imagined it to be. And I walked away like understanding what coaching really is. Because a lot of people call themselves coaches, but do they really have a skill set? And do they really know what a coach is? And one of the biggest things you said to me, Brenda, that I thought was impactful, you said, you are not the guru of their life. They are. Coaching is about helping someone to uncover the brilliance within themselves. And I always didn't realize that. So there was just so many golden nuggets. I could go on, but that's what I'm gonna leave you with, Coach Brenda. That's what I'm gonna leave you with.
Thank you. And there's another academy that is starting in October. I think it's October 9th. That if you want to get in on this academy is going to run through through 2022, and you can get signed up. Your first step would be for you to schedule a discovery call with me, and let's see if it's a fit, because just because you can pay doesn't mean you can enroll. I am looking for a certain fit of student for the academy. And in this academy, it's going to run from October all the way through March, but we take the month of December off. And so you will be certified as a life coach if you do everything that is necessary, take the test, do the peer coaching, things of that nature, and be certified by March. And you can have your own coaching business, or you could take those skills and use those skills in your everyday work. If you're a leader, if you're a supervisor, if you're a manager. So let me ask you, how much of what you learned in that life coaching academy have you been able to transfer into your corporate job as a leader? Because she's also a director
Yeah, well, girl, I'm using it every day because it just changes the way you look at things. It changes the way you ask questions. It changes the way you process people. So it really just changed the way I looked at things. And like I said, I'm using it on people. People call me for love advice. You know, my sister, she'll call me or whoever, and I'll be like, instead of giving them advice, I use the Brenda method. And I say, so, you know, I'm not going to give all the details because they got to take your course, but I use the formula. And so it has been amazing to see the difference just by learning the techniques that really work to help people go through a self-discovery process. And that's what coaching really is a self-discovery process. I'm not the guru of your life. So I think that's really big. And the way I knew I was supposed to take this coaching program, I just have to share this, Brenda, because I'm about to buy a house. I'm like, I don't have any more money. Right now I need focus, right? And so Brenda kept talking about her program. And one night I said, Lord, if you really want me to take this program, Brenda gonna need to call me again. She gonna need to, let me tell you, like 3 days later, Brenda's like, I know you buying a house, but you know, the Lord put it on my heart that I should call you. And I said, really, Brenda? And I signed up that day. So that just lets you know that Brenda is not only doing that, but she's in tune with the Holy Spirit. Because I said, Lord, if it's for me to take this, I'm gonna need you to have Brenda call me personally, because, you know, I'm trying to save my money. And she called and I was like, really? God, that was fast. Okay, so let's go.
And you know what? Just like Michelle said earlier, we do peer coaching in the academy. So my Breakthrough for Life Academy is a hands-on coaching laboratory. So everything you learn, you use immediately in the class. And they'd be like, okay, we're going to do a breakout right now and do our niche statements, huh? And so right now you can literally get the 2022 class curriculum, which has been enhanced, at the 2021 price. So this October class is really the 2022 curriculum, where I've added in an additional lab and massaged some things a little bit to be just a little bit more effective. I'm always tweaking stuff. So if you know me, don't be laughing like Brenda's always fiddling with that curriculum. But I really, as I learn more, I want to share more. And Joy was a phenomenal peer coach in the journey. So you actually match up with other coaches in the program, and you guys both will coach each other to get more comfortable in the coaching process, because it's all about you gaining the confidence for you to go and actually get breakthrough in people's lives. This isn't about, if it's about you just getting a validation to say you're certified so you can prove to other people that you are a coach, that's not what my program is for. You can go and pay a ton of money somewhere else. My program is about implementation, taking what you learn and immediately putting it to use so that it can have a lifetime of benefit in your world. So that is the Breakthrough for Life Academy. So you want to get signed up for that before October. I think it starts, I'll find the date before it's all over, but it starts sometime in October. And you can join this next cohort. Now, the last program that she was in is a brand new program. I literally created this program while I was in Exuma, Bahamas on a retreat with five powerhouse women in the mortgage industry. And I'm sitting there looking like, these women love their jobs. These women are not looking to have a workplace exit strategy. They love what they do, but they need work-life balance. So I have a program called the Balancer. And in the Balancer, I work with my clients to do a variety of different things to begin to create balance in their lives that not only helps them enrich their relationships in their home life, but it also helps them to sharpen their success on their job. And so she went through a mini course of the Balancer, because remember, she's buying a house, she's moving in October. You know, she's like, Brenda, can I get the top half of the program, and let's work it out later. And so because she had already been through 2 programs, I worked something out specifically for her. That's the power of being a custom coach, because I will massage a program, and every custom coaching program is massaged uniquely for your needs, values, and principles, what you're seeking to accomplish. So Joy, when you went through the 3, we'll call it the Balancer Booster, because she only went through 3 of the modules, what was that first module like for you?
Well, first, I realized that I wasn't clear on my priorities. Like, the whole thing I had been focusing on, during this time, I thought my career was in my top 3. And one of the first things you took me through was getting clear on your priorities and where you were. And it was a whole exercise. And that's what I like about your program, is it's not just us talking and going through the coaching, but you also give me tangible exercises. So before we met, you're like, fill out this life sheet that you have. And as I'm filling out this life sheet, I thought, of course, my job and my coaching business is in my top 3. And what I realized is it wasn't. My top 3 were faith and my mental health and my family. And it was like this light bulb moment that I had been using so much of my energy in my career and everything. And not that that's not important, but because that wasn't my top priorities, it helped me to refocus. So Joy, if you're saying your top 3 priority is spending time with your family, then when they call you on a Sunday to do something and you're like, well, I'm working, or Saturday, then that's not in alignment with what you most want. And so what I realized is I was out of alignment with what I really, really wanted. And I didn't know it. I thought, oh yeah, my career. But when you have to take an introspective look at your life and you see it on paper and you do this reflective exercise, it's like I had this aha moment where I'm like, for real, this whole time I've been investing all of my energy in something that's not even my top 3. Okay, it's time to reallocate and look at where things are. So what did she say? Lol, now Joy, you should have known how that would go. Girl, yes. So so that exercise, I think getting those exercises really caused me to have to think. So I would say that was like my first aha moment, that I wasn't in alignment with what I believed to be my priorities. So I was out of alignment. So that was the first step, is kind of getting in alignment. And that was big for me. The second thing I would say, do you want me to keep going, or you want to ask a question?
You can go ahead.
So the second thing that I thought was, I've been trying to create this balance, but couldn't figure out how to make that happen. And one of the revelations that we had during our conversation was figuring out when I was productive, but also just figuring out, how do I create more space? How do I create more space in my life? And it was so interesting. So Brenda and I, through this process together, I was able to figure out that I don't want to work in the evenings anymore. What I was doing is working my full-time daytime job and then dedicating the evenings to my business. And it was draining me, and it was very taxing. So I felt like it was consuming my life and I had no balance. And Brenda helped me to realize that, Joy, what you really want to do is work in the mornings and have your evenings off. And what would having the evenings off do to you? And the craziest thing happened, y'all. When I realized that having the evenings off, what it would do for me, I'd want to go back to the gym. Come on, somebody. So I'm going to lose some weight, get healthy. But I realized that because I was so overloaded and I didn't have that balance and hadn't created that space for myself, that it was impeding even on my ability to care for myself and take care of myself. But once that was in balance, I was like, you know what? I am ready to go back to the gym. I have the space and freedom. And honestly, once we Brenda and I worked out this schedule of what my life should look like and what that schedule could be. And I'm like, I got time. I can go on some dates. Let's get the men coming. Let's see if I'm gonna go back to the gym.
She's single. I don't know which way to go, but she's single.
So, I could go on some dates. It just was, and then Brenda was like, she helped me to realize all the ways I was sabotaging that too. So then we started breaking it down and Brenda started getting deep. Okay, this is a sabotage. You sabotaging this. So she helped me realize all the ways in my day and in my life that I had been sabotaging that work-life balance. So it was kind of like having these moments of clarity after aha moment going, I have created a hamster wheel, but it's really up to me to make these changes, to shift, to change that around. So that's what I did. And, it's so interesting because even towards the end of it, Brenda was like, well, what time do you think you really need to get up in the morning? I was like, maybe 6. I think that's the earliest, right? I said, but I really need to get up at 5. Y'all, why is the Lord waking me up at 5 o'clock in the morning? I said, for real now? For real? So God was like waking me up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I look over, I'm like, for real, God? So, but when you can and I think that's what's so powerful about coaching is you can't see your own blind spots. A lot of times it's hard to see what's going on, even though you think. So having somebody come and put a mirror up. So Brenda comes and puts a mirror up to you so you can truly see yourself. And when you can truly see yourself and see what's going on, it's transformational.
That balancer program I wish someone had that when I was in corporate, because as leaders, as directors, as wives, as mothers and daughters, we are nourishing everybody else in the world. But who nourishes us? Who says, let's get this in alignment? Let's get crystal clear on what's going to bring the balance to your life. We all got 24 hours. Oprah has the same 24 hours that Joy has, that Brenda has, that Michael Jordan has. We all have the same 24. It's the decisions we make within. And sometimes we're so close in our schedule, we can't even see how to get out of it. And that's the power of coaching. It's helping you to see what you can't see so that you can live the life you want to live. And at Breakthrough for Life, we call it crafting your winning life. Mm-hmm. And so working with Joy, knowing that she has her business, that is her passion, her heart baby, and then she has this full-time job that she loves as being a director in her occupation. She loves her full-time job, but she still wants to spend time with mom and talk with sister and date. Because me and her, we both single. We ain't in the same state, but we both single. And date, but you got to make time and room for that. Where does it come from? Sometimes you can't just cut back, but sometimes you can realign. And then you actually operate in your energy zones when you need to the most, which makes you more effective and more efficient.
And you know what? Well, Brenda had to add something onto that too, because just the other night I was like, I might just watch a movie tonight. I think I'm gonna treat, and I would never, ever, I'd be like, we got work to do. We're gonna be doing this. I would never give myself the space and the freedom, but through doing this and just helping me to realize that in doing this, I'm going to be more productive anyway, that sacrifice of not working in the evening, I'm like, oh, what shows am I going to watch? I'm going to have to start thinking about some shows. I'm going to watch me a movie tonight. You know what? I might start calling some of my girlfriends in the evening and seeing what they're doing. And then even tonight, I didn't finish all my work today. And I was like, I'm going to work tonight. And I said, no. When are you most effective, Joy? We going to get up and God's going to wake you up at 5 a.m. So let's just, after we finish with Brenda tonight, let's just relax. Let's give each other some grace. Have a good night's sleep, honey. Wake up in the morning and you'll be ready to go with everything that you need to do and you'll get it accomplished. It'll be fine. So
let me ask you, what impact has you taking time to have some guilt-free playtime, taking time to realign, what impact has it had in your work life?
It just feels like freedom. So I think the biggest, like when I think about like the biggest impact, and I'm still putting all my stuff in, like I said, God's been starting to wake me up. This is not an immediate thing. It is a process. So Brenda's giving you the tools, but it is a process. You got to work the process. But what I feel is, I feel like for the first time, and I was thinking about this, I feel freedom. I feel like I did when I first started my career in journalism. When I was a news reporter, I always felt carefree. Like I felt like I had to do something. I wasn't in corporate America. But once I got in corporate America, I felt like, I remember my eye twitched for like a month because it was just so much work. And I was like, y'all over here working us like Hebrew slaves. I said, I have never been worked this hard. I said, I have never been worked this hard in my life. And so I went on that rat race for the last, and it's led to weight gain, all those different things. And so I now feel like I can have freedom. I can enjoy my life. I can make space to live the life I want and enjoy it. Because my mom used to be like, you're so busy. How's the busiest woman in the business? And now I said, I'm not busy. I'm productive.
Hello.
And I can come over for dinner. What time do you want me to? I'm going to come over. What time do you want me to come over? We can just have dinner. I'll come help you out.
And this is what we call the winning life. Joy is in a job that she absolutely loves. She's also doing a passion-based business that she absolutely loves. And she's dating. And she's spending time with family. That's called a winning life. That's what this is all about. I'm not up here trying to do coaching just so I can make more money. Let me tell you guys real transparency. I'm a sales director. I've been a sales director for years. Corporate trainer. Making money is probably the easiest thing that I've ever done in my life in corporate. Making impact has been the most satisfying thing I've ever done in my life. Breakthrough for Life is about impact. It's not about money. It's about changing the trajectory of people's future so that they can live a winning life, that they can look back and say, you know what? I didn't just work to pay bills. I didn't just work all the time. I was able to work, I was able to dream, and I was able to have significant relationships with those I care about most. Isn't that what we're all looking for in life? And that's what the Balancer program is all about. And so I know Joy wants to tell me, quit fiddling with your hair, but let me tell you, this natural hair thing is a thing.
It was, y'all, didn't she start out, she was looking like Queen Sheba.
And then I just keep farting because it's shrinking. You know, look, for y'all who ain't got natural hair like us, this stuff looks great when it's wet. And then it dries, and then it shrinks, and then you look up and you look like, you know, a cheese.
She still looked good, Brenda. Brenda, you look good. I didn't notice no shrinkage during the whole broadcast. You looked good.
So anyhow, this is what I love. My clients often become some of my closest friends, simply because we get so involved in each other's lives. So let me ask you this last question, second to last question. What impact did this overall coaching over this past year have on your life? One thing, narrowing her to one is always, and it ain't just in this interview, it's in her coaching too.
I would say hope.
Okay, tell me more.
And I would say sometimes when you're in the rat race, you wonder if it will get better. You wonder if there's anything different. You wonder if life can change, or is this how your life is supposed to be? And I would say through the program, it gave me hope that things can be better, that things can change, that I can create the life that I want. And I think that is really powerful because so many people think this is as good as it gets. But through the program, I'm realizing, girl, it's only up from here. You have everything you need within you to have greater. And so I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful about where, I'm revamping my program to add the confidence component. So I'm going to be unveiling that soon. So I'm working on that. I'm hopeful about, my work-life balance and my ability to date. So I don't have to tell the men I'm so busy, I don't know how I'm gonna fit them in. And
that ain't gonna work for getting no husband. Just want to let you know.
And I'm just hopeful about what's ahead and all the things that God's gonna do. And so hope for better is it.
Awesome. Well, let me ask you, if you were speaking to someone who's been on the fence about hiring a coach. So Joy is a media coach. If you're looking to launch a talk show, launch a podcast, or revamp your podcast, or launch a live TV show, or you're looking for an MC, Joy's your girl. If you're looking to create work-life balance, you're on a job you love, and you want to create the balance that's necessary for you to live a life of significance, I'm your girl. And so we're both coaches, and there's enough out there for the both of us. So if there's ever any doubt of what you would get from a coaching journey, what would you say to people considering hiring a coach? What would you tell them?
Well, I would say this: how long do you want to stay where you are? And so to have something different, you've got to be willing to do something different. And I heard somebody say this today, that you are your greatest asset. And if you are your greatest asset, why would you not invest in taking yourself to the next level? And so when I look at coaching, I feel like it is transformational for your life. It gives you tools to up-level your life, and it gives you the ability to see your blind spots and the things that have kept you stuck. So if I were talking to somebody, I would just say, how long do you want to stay where you are? Is this as good as it's going to get for you? And if you are okay with this is as good as it's going to get, and I don't believe that there's better for me, then maybe coaching isn't for you. But if you know that God has something greater for you, if you know that you want that hope again, you want to believe that the things that have been buried in your heart are still possible for you, then coaching is the door to unlock that. And when I tell you Brenda has a gift for it, yes, she gave me behind the scenes. And yes, I have some of this, but it's going to take me some time to get up to Brenda's level. But what I'm saying is, the way that she's able, and if you ever come into, even if you're considering it, I would welcome you to come into, she does these power coaching sessions, right? And they're free. Let me tell you, I'm a paid client, but I come to every single power coaching session.
Yes, she does. There's one coming October 5th at 7:00. There's a power coaching group, but you have to be a part of the Winning Life Facebook group. So if you're on LinkedIn or YouTube, come on over to the Facebook group, The Winning Life, to become a part of the power coaching. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, that's so. But if you, come in that, and you can just see I'm like in awe of her sometimes. I'm looking, and we're in this power coaching session, and in 30 minutes, somebody has a breakthrough. Like 30 minutes breakthrough. Like seriously, like who does that? Like, how is that possible? So I would just say, in closing, Brenda, that I'm grateful. God is strategic in how he connects things and how he brings things to pass. So I'm grateful that he connected me with you, because I feel like the blessings that have come from that and the things that I've learned, the accountability has been tremendous. So if you're on the fence, I would just ask you, girl, how long do you want to continue to sit stuck where you are? And what if 2020 could be your year of transformation? What would that mean for you?
And, I think one of the biggest things, part of the reason why I do these testimony lives, and I do them at length, so that you can get comfortable with what you can get. You can look at my website, you can look at my social media and think, okay, she's trying to sell me coaching. But when you hear it from a client, what they got from the coaching, the power of a coach, we can't manufacture that. So I'm going to leave you with this last question. Do you think that you could have gotten these results as fast as you got those results without coaching?
No, I'd be still, like I said, how long do you want to sit where you are going around the same circle over and over and over again? God sends us people for a reason, and I think that the accountability that you get, the blind spots being revealed, the aha moments that come, you can't put a price tag on that. I mean, I'm buying a house and I still struggled not to give Brenda my money. I'd be mad. I'd be like, don't call me, Brenda, about no other program that you're doing.
And I said I wasn't. And
That's because Brenda will tell you, and I'll be like, oh, I need that too. Wait, you gonna do something for people on their health? Okay, don't call me, Brenda. I'm not ready. I gotta get my furniture.
On my weight first. So you got a minute. I gotta lose my weight before I start really helping people with their weight. But Joy, you have been an absolute joy to interview. I am so excited that you are a part of the Breakthrough for Life family. And one of the things we do with the Breakthrough for Life is we have a lot of different events that are going to be coming in 2022. We did a lot of different events before 2020. But this is what I want you guys to know. When you become a part of the Breakthrough for Life family, you get the synergy of women elevating women. When you come to the power coaching groups, and I think you're still on, or Michelle, can you guys put next power coaching group is October 5th at 7 p.m. If someone can put that in the comments, I greatly appreciate it. But one of the things that you have to get from this is that power of synergy, getting to know people helping people encouraging people. In the Winning Life group, we're all about women elevating women and encouraging, because men will say, Brenda, why only women? Because the reason why only women, because women, we're nurturing everybody. We're nurturing the kids, the husband, the boss, the employees, our friends. We're always nurturing. Who nurtures us? Who feeds back into us? So I want to be that coach that meets the need of women that are in leadership, that need the balance, that really want to overcome their struggles and live a transformational life. I want to be that support. I want to nurture you. I want to help you to get to that next level so that you can soar and live that winning life that you always dreamed of living. And so if you're interested in attending the next power coaching, you just need to join the Facebook Winning Life group. Just put in the Winning Life, answer the 3 questions. If you don't answer the questions, I automatically just say decline. Answer the 3 questions, agree to the group coaching, rules, and you're in. Then simply DM me that you want to come to the next power coaching. It's free. It's 90 minutes. We have a blast. We get to know each other. We do a breakout where you kind of get to know each other. You guys get to laugh, but you also get an opportunity for me to coach one person right there. And you get to watch and see, what does the coaching really look like? What is that abstract thing called coaching? And so I hope that we've been able to make it a little bit more real for you. If you are listening to this and you listened all the way to the end and you're not a client of mine, I am giving away mini coaching sessions between now and October 31st. Yes. Why am I giving away mini coaching sessions? Because today marks 5 years since I left my job. So I resigned from my job on September 22nd of 2016. So this is my 5-year anniversary, but it's my 8-year business anniversary. So we love to do Christmas in October. I'm going to be giving away all kinds of stuff in October. I'm having an anniversary party in October. I'm signing a new lease for some Space and Sugarloaf in October. So we're doing all kinds of celebrations in October. But because you were on this Facebook Live, you're going to get a heads up on everybody else, and you can get a free mini coaching session. Now, this is not for clients. This is only for people who've never been coached by me before. in a paid capacity, just schedule a discovery call. And then we will schedule, after we finish your discovery call, we will schedule your mini coaching session. And it's a free coaching session where I'm going to help you break through all the barriers that hinder your ability to live a winning life. You can reach me at 855-923-LIFE, or you can go to breakthroughforlife.com and click schedule a discovery call to get the ball rolling. And I'd love to help you transform the trajectory of your future. So now, Miss Joy, if you can give us all of your labels, where can we follow you on IG, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, podcast, all that good stuff?
Well, first, let me just say that mini session, that's where I got hooked, because I wasn't even planning. Let me just true transparent moment. I just had to throw that in there. I was not planning to work with Brenda. I called. I was like, oh, she giving away a free 30-minute session. Let me get a free 30-minute session. That 30-minute session turned into 3 programs. That's how she hooked me, because I got transformation in that 30-minute session. So definitely check it out. So if you are questioning whatever, the 30-minute session, that'll get you. But happy anniversary to you. If you want to follow me, I'm on Joy Sutton Show on Instagram, Joy Sutton Show anywhere, or just Joy Sutton. So if you go Joy Sutton or Joy Sutton Show, you'll find me on all social media. And my website is The Joy Sutton, because I'm thejoysutton.com, thejoysutton.com. But it's been great, Brenda. And so I hope everyone got something from this today, and I'm happy to share my journey. And if you have any other questions, you can always reach out to me on DM me, and I can tell you more about my experience. So don't hesitate to do that.
It is a joy. I wish she lived closer so that she could come to my anniversary party that I'm having in October. I'm so excited about this. So let me just put a precursor out there. Look, y'all, my office space isn't that big, so I can only invite 25. I'm trying to stretch it up to 50, almost double that for the anniversary party. So if you're not invited, please don't feel shaded. But this is a celebration for the fact that God has graced me for 8 years to serve women and men, because it's only up until last year that I stopped coaching men, but to serve women and men in this capacity. And I am so honored and I'm so thankful. And this really is a thank you, Jesus, for calling me out of my mediocrity and having a purpose birthed in me that could use my gifts so that I could help people win at life. So this is Brenda Underwood and Joy Sutton signing off. Peace and love. Go do fabulous stuff in this world. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.